Today, we're going to talk about the importance of teaching our children money, how they can be responsible financially, how they can grow from it. How do you do that as a parent? Hey, welcome. Thank you for being here. Now, jumping right in, because I think today's topic is really, really important for us to teach our kids financial education, teach them money. Why is it important? What are the benefits of them having financial education at a very young age? Because it gives them that life skill, them of knowing what money is, how it works, and what they can really learn to apply now that would benefit them in the future. Because I really think for me it's important that we learn or to teach our kids rather, for them not to fall in the same trap as we have, for them just to be a little bit a step better than we have, so that way they can apply these skills in their future. Because most of us, we're struggling now financially because we weren't taught what money is, how money works, how you can be better with money. But except from going to work, going to school, going just to get a little bit of something, just to buy a few stuff and accumulate a lot of stuff that you don't need. But once you teach a child, right, from a young age, they will get to learn to respect money. They will get to know how and what they can use the money for, how they can not be enslaved to just working, of just wanting to go to work for the sake of just getting money, just to work, just to have just enough money to live by. How they can actually have the freedom, financial freedom. How do they do that? And I firmly believe if you start them from a very young age, they can get to do that. So we will dig into it, and I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. What is your opinion on that? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing on teaching a child how money works and what money is from a very young age? I would love to hear from you. Put that down in the comments, and I will really go deep into it. And yeah, let's talk more about it. Financial literacy. It's all about them building that education, them being introduced to the basic financial concepts, the savings, the spending, the investing, which is one thing that is missing for most of us. What is investing, right? We don't know that, we don't understand that, we don't understand how it works. And that's a very important piece to miss out. And it's that exposure that helps you really get into your financial education, to really pay that attention, to really want to know more and understand more. Because that's all we want, right? Most of us, it's money, especially when you start saying opening up into this world, is wanting money until you make enough money to actually really understand the concept of it and know it and be it. You get to do it a little bit better, because then your mission changes, and then you seeing how money works and what it is, it changes you, and you have a different take to what money is, how it works, where you can make money easy without you really breaking your back. So if we install these beliefs and cultures within our children, I'm sure we will have better generations, and they will be able to transfer that to their kids. Because what we're doing right now is we are teaching our children what we know, and most of us, we don't know nothing about money except from going to work. That's how we all make money, and that's a bad way, because we are living hand to mouth constantly, paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to paycheck, and that's the same thing. We're handing that down to the children. We can take a step further and teach them how they can do things differently, because we were handed some stuff from our parents, right, which we are teaching to our children now. But what can you do differently for you to actually have seeing them growing up, seeing them becoming better than you were? What is it that they can do differently than what you did? It's financial literacy. So it's not too early to expose your kids to money. It's not too early to expose your children how to learn how to handle money, how for them to see money, just not to be enslaved to it, just for them to have a different mindset, how for them to think a little bit differently. Because I really believe that is important, starting from a very young age. That's how generational wealth is built. Because if you are changing yourself now as a parent, growing and being better and like really working hard, the kids will get to respect, because they are being part of that world. They will get to respect and understand it better. So they will build for their own children. So then the chain is going, you're building up, because the family that works together grows together. And that's the thing that I want us to install in our children right now. It's very, very, very important. Now, that is one thing. If we teach our kids having budget skills, it's something that will teach them how to manage it, how to make crucial decisions earlier on in life. You are making them understand, because what kids these days, our kids, what they want to do, even us older people, just want to spend money. The minute you see money in your account, you just want to spend. If you worked extra hours, you're spending your money way early, way before it even hits your bank account. You are spending the money, which is really bad habit. But if you teach a child those skills while they're young, they will have that. Because again, we teach our children because we want to discipline them. They have to be this, they have to be that. We want them to be in order. We want them to be well-behaved kids. And yet we miss out on the crucial part, which is money. Because when a child is disciplined with other things and yet they are missing out on the money bit, it's still a loose cannon. I personally think that we miss out on that very important skill, which is kids have to have this, because then that will give them a priority of what is important, what do I need to do. Because like when it comes to investing, they can get to prioritize that, because they know that the things that you invest in will build up the growth that you actually want. It's not just all about just budgeting for a rainy day. Yes, you can do that, but you can save your money for better things that will make your money start working for you in the future. So it's crucial. It's so crucial that we teach these kids these skills. It's absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. And we cannot miss out on that. It's things that we have to change, because most of us will be working on us, which is a good thing in a way-ish. The kids can get to see that, because then you can get to do it together. I'm a firm believer in working together and making sure that the kids, they get a little job going, they have a little bank account where they can actually put the money in. Then that way they will understand that it's not spending money now, but this is the money we're going to buy this thing, we're going to buy your that toy, that phone, whatever you want. But at least they get to see it. They don't have to spend it right now. They're budgeting it. They know, because okay, now I don't have enough money. I have to do this for me to be able to acquire the thing that I want. It's all about that planning, that budgeting, that making sure that things are lining up, and they get to see that, and you guys can get to do it together. You know what I love about what we're talking about? When it comes to goal setting, we are always setting goals. We are at that time of the year, towards the end of the year, where we're setting goals. Yeah? And now is that time for all of us to set them goals for the kids. For these children to know what is better. How can you set up goals? Because you're not setting up goals, on a personal level. You're also setting up goals like, what can we do for next year? How can you guys make your money next year? Or what can I do for you guys to make money next year? How can we work together? It's you setting up those personal goals, those financial goals. Again, it's installing those beliefs in the children for them to be better, for them to understand more, for them to do a little bit more. It's all about that. And I don't want you to miss out on that, because if you miss out on these crucial things, it's like you're missing out as well on the part of a child, because that way, these things, when you're doing things like this, it brings you together, because then your kids are more open talking to you. Because most of the times we want the kids to be well behaved and be really good children, and yet we don't build that bond. We don't understand them, and they don't understand us. But when you get to work together, if there is something that is troubling you as a parent or troubling them, you'll get to sense it more. Like, my child is not like this. What is it? My child is not doing the thing that they normally do. What is it? Or my mom, your kid will pick up from that, because you have that bond is strong. They will get to respect you more, I think. But I'm not saying being friendly. You'll still get to be a parent, but you'll have a better relationship. So learn to set goals, and I am working on it. I've got something brewing for my kids, a whole lot of them, setting goals about wanting them to do certain stuff. So I'll put it all out. We work it all out as a family. We do Zoom calls. We sit down, we talk, or even WhatsApp calls, whatever. We sit down, we talk, and we do these things, because we are in a whole different world, right? And the way we were brought up is totally different to how we bring our own. So we have to move on with times and learn to move on and just be together and grow together, and teach them how to set up proper goals. What is it that they can do? And let them journal it down, so that you can remind them that, have you looked into your journal? Have you checked your goals of what you want to do this year? What are we doing? So it's just so little things like that will actually really, it's building those muscles, those financial muscles, for them to be better in the future. That's what it's all about. That's what it's about. Responsibility. Handling money, we know it comes with a lot of responsibility. That will be one thing that you will for sure teach them, how to be responsible. It teaches them really how to be responsible, because you're handling money, right? They wouldn't want for you as a mom or as a dad to not trust them, not to be able to trust them and say, I believe in you, do this, or this is your responsibility, because they will want to impress you as a mom. Say, oh, mom, dad, mom, right, really, I want you to do, I'm doing this because you've given me that responsibility. Again, it's adding on that pressure, not too hard, but just pressure enough for them to be able to do the right thing, because then they know that I'm being responsible, or I did that thing. They can pat themselves on the back and be proud of themselves because they did the right thing. Is that responsibility? Because with some kids, they are just responsible. You don't have to say much, you don't have to do much. But with certain kids, they need that little bit of an arch, that they have to do a little bit more, they have to do a little bit better, because of, you're giving them the responsibility. So they will own it because you came to them, that like you trusting them to do that thing. Yeah, is that making sense? So we can teach our kids to be responsible when we're giving them the responsibility of handling money. That way they wouldn't want to disappoint you, mommy, or daddy for that matter. So they will behave a little bit different, because it's a lot to have on and not to be responsible. Handling money of the family, for example, it will be something that they will look up to and say, they might mess up a time or two, but after a while, they'll pick up and say, this is my responsibility. So I gotta own it. Owning the responsibility, I think it's very important. Understanding value, it's one thing, even for us as adults, that we need to do. Understanding value is something that we all miss, and we look upon it. Money is a representation of value, right? That helps you, or it will help the kids to put that value on goods and services. What is the value of this thing that I'm doing? Or even putting value on themselves. What is the value? Because us as people older people going to work, we get paid according to our value. Now, because you're teaching your kids at a very young age what value is, how they can be valuable, how they can do things differently, what is their value? Because most of us, the jobs and the times and everything that we put into our work, I'm pretty sure that we think we are worth more than we're getting paid for. Now, if you build this early in the mind of a child, that they need to know what their value is. Now, I'm not saying for them to be cocky, but just for them to understand that they can do better working on themselves a little bit more, work a little bit harder to have that value, have that big house, because that's their value, that's how they are valuing themselves, to have that better car, to have that better everything in life. Whatever their life is, what their value is, it's for them to have that thing, but you have to have a certain value, how you see yourself or how they see themselves. That's how I want us to teach these children, for them to have that little bit more, have a little bit more of a spark, because most of us as parents, we like that. And we're not teaching them because we don't know what our value is. Most of us, we're taking the jobs just for the sake of taking the jobs, because we want or we need the money to put food on the table. There is no value to the jobs that we take. So some of us fall in love with the jobs that we take. I'm not saying there is anything wrong with that, but the most majority of us, we like putting that value on ourselves just because we just want to do things. Some of us, we live here as if we are here by accident, but we can do more, we can be better, but just apply that little bit of value on you, it will change the world. And if kids have this on them, it will change their world already, how they will maneuver around, the way they will behave. They will do things differently with a bit of an oomph in them, because they know that there is a certain value to a certain thing that I want. If I want to drive a Ferrari, for example, there is a certain value that I will need to apply on myself for me to be able to handle that. So yeah, we have to teach kids the value. What is the value? What is your value? That is the question. It's like, what is your value, my baby boy, baby girl? What is your value? What are you valuing yourself as? What is your value? In summary, it's teaching kids about money has a long-term effect on their financial well-being, but then it extends beyond that. It extends beyond their financial well-being. It's more of them equipping themselves with those life essential skills, those skills that they will have to really go out there and face the world. Because at some point in life they will get hit between the eyes, where they will have to wake up and pick themselves up. But if they are lacking in certain departments of their life, it will be difficult for them to be able to do certain things. But if they've got the skills that they will require, it's going to be important. It's going to be important because they will have that more of confidence within themselves to be able to do a little bit better, to even think a little bit different, because then that is creating different environments, because they will be growing with certain people that are thinking differently to a normal person. Because when you are in the world of growth where people are growing financially, people tend to think a little bit differently. So that is the kind of environment that we should all build for our children. It's an amazing thing. You will get to see how your child will grow and be better. And it's a thing that we should all like hold ourselves responsible as parents. That's a thing that we're going to teach our kids. It's a thing that we want our children to have. So on that note, I'll say thank you. And go out there and chase that purpose. Never chase money. Never chase money, chase purpose always. And I'll see you soon.